Photo shoots, ate dinner. I woke up at like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock this morning. Did some more photo shoots, more hanging around. It's been fun so far. I've not. We saw it last night just walking around, but I haven't been out there yet.
Jackson, as Peyton was going through his thing, did you talk to him about it, and how happy are you that he's okay?
I'd say the day he signed, just talked to him for like an hour that night. Just walking through with him his thought process, what he wanted in college, what he didn't want in college, and ultimately Peyton decided what Peyton thought was best for him. Obviously, super happy. I have a roommate now, so super pumped up he's joining us.
Is it important for you not to push him a certain way and let him do his thing? Or?
Yeah, definitely after recruiting a kid like that for a year. I mean, one of my best friends. Like, you don't push it too much. Like the other night, I'm hanging out with him. Like I don't ask him on where he's going to school or why he should go to Oklahoma and stuff like that. After a while it gets old, so I try not to, push his buttons all the time, but definitely get the message across every so often.
You feel like he was, like you just said, get the message across. You didn't have to tell him anything else. You had been there enough, visited enough, and knew enough.
Exactly. It was at that point it was up to Peyton. We said all we could. We showed him all we could. We laid out the foundation for him. He just had to make the choice. All on our team, yep. Yeah, I'm super excited. Just started connection with those guys early on. Getting used to how they play, especially with someone like Jaquez. Just, I know he's really fast, but I'm about to find out this week. Stuff like that is I'm super excited for. I did not. I did not hear that. Oh, yes, the first time I was in his office, yeah, I was really nervous. And I was nervous because I really wanted to commit that day in his office, but I ended up holding off. But he got me really pumped up. I was super excited meeting with him. That was in January. Yes, sir. A long time, yeah. Yeah, definitely these past couple weeks, I've kind of reflected on everything, and I'm super excited. A little nervous as expected, but not scared to go in. I think that's a big thing for me. Is just kind of going in with confidence. Knowing that I belong at a place like that, and just going in and learning as much as I can is something I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely underlooked because most kids don't have your teammate going up to college with you. Most kids don't have two 5-stars on their team going to the same school. They get the room together, so it's definitely a relief just going up there with somebody that I know. It would have been much different if I roomed with somebody else, say like Joshua or Eric or somebody like that. Like, it would have been much different, but it's definitely nice to have a familiar face that you know.
You said you were really close to committed Oklahoma and Brett Meadows' office. You mentioned how why is that so done around so quickly, especially so early in the process, and being as new to the Oklahoma staff and that whole relationship?
I really couldn't tell you, honestly. It was just kind of being there, seeing how everybody clicked with only being there for such a little time, the way they connected with each other, the coaching staff, the way they connected with each other, seeing all the facilities, the campus, talking to Coach V and Coach Levy, and just, obviously knew Coach Levy for a year before that. So I always, there was a couple coaches that I knew I wanted to play for, and Levy was at the top of the list of that. And just seeing that it was kind of 2 hours away from home and at a very, very notable program. When I got up there, it was everything, I thought it was going to be, and even more, and just made me wanted to commit on that day. So.
Visit a lot of unofficial visits, but on your official visit, who's your host?
Dylan Gabriel was my host, and we had a great time. It was super fun. He was super good to me and my family, and I'm super grateful he was my host. Yeah, pretty close. I actually texted him yesterday, wished him happy birthday. So.
Jackson, how did NIL play a factor in your recruitment?
It didn't. I know a lot of people focus on NIL as I guess their main thing and looking for schools, and I think nowadays it's kind of not ruining college football in a way, but kind of ruining some people's decisions just because they're focusing on a school that might give you the most money, but they won't develop you. The coaches aren't that connected with you. Maybe the class isn't even that close together. And when I was looking at schools, I just knew that I wanted to be at a place where I was comfortable, where I knew that I was going to a good situation where I could potentially play early, and where I was going to get developed, and I thought Oklahoma was the best spot for me.
Did the transfer portal, either for you or bringing talent in at all, factor into your recruitment?
Not at all.
Not at all.
What do you anticipate that dynamic with Dylan being like in terms of, obviously you want to go on the field as soon as you can, but
Yeah.
also they have a guy who's already been started their first season now. Just what's that balance like for you?
In my opinion, I think it's a good situation for me just because I'm behind a guy that's been playing, I think 3-4+ years. Just learning from somebody like that, just learning from a veteran will only help me in the long run.
You guys were I was like, similarities in so I say exactly the same, different verbiage, all that type of stuff. You've now gotten a range of since you started to look through those type of things. So I didn't know that when you get there, how easy is it
Yeah, it definitely helps playing an offense like that because I was looking at the playbook the other day, and while it is complicated, the terms are complicated. The formations that we ran, there's not a single formation on there that we didn't run in high school. The concepts is everything I'm familiar with, and it's a really good transition for me, and I think that'll help me out in the long run.
Jackson won the other day, 57 total touchdowns for your senior year in the state semifinals. In a situation like this, you feel like you have anything left in
I would say that I can compete at the highest level. All these guys here are here for a reason. This is the closest thing I'll get to a college atmosphere while I'm in high school. So just showing that I can compete at a semi-college level is something I want to prove. Yeah. In a way, I really don't like to focus on rankings or recruiting or any of that. I feel like that only kind of brings pressure upon yourself. But I think I can compete with any quarterback in the nation. And I'm not gonna publicly say that I feel like people are trashing on. I don't really worry about rankings. I don't care about that because when I get to college, it's not gonna matter. At the end of the day, it's not gonna. I'm gonna be just another college athlete. So.
March versus Jackson. I don't want to be about that. I would say that I would probably YouTube because you guys the headline
Oh, what's up? What was the question? I'm so.
Arch, the rivalry between you guys. it's not there, obviously.
Yeah. It'll be a fun rivalry. For the next, I guess, 4 years, those will be really fun games.
I mean, is that something that you're looking forward to? The fact that everybody's kind of the headline, I guess, what about next to
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool that I guess they're comparing us now, but the rivalry is only going to go stronger as the years go on, and just excited to play Texas this next 4 years.
Jackson, about Jeff Levy, like the system, relationship with him. Is there something? For instance, Dylan Gabriel talks a lot about his relationship with him and how they're just so chill together and stuff like that. Can you kind of describe that from your perspective?
Yeah, it's like almost like an extension of family at that point. I've never been as comfortable around the coach as I've been around Coach Levy. Ever since the first time I met him at Ole Miss, it was my first visit where I was treated like, I guess, like royalty. It's what my parents love to joke about because they were so good to me and my family. And I think that first impression was so good that it made me want to keep on talking to Coach Levy. Kept that relationship going on for about a year, and I'm just super happy that I chose to ride with Coach Levy. Yeah, growing up as a Georgia fan, obviously a big SEC guy. Super excited that we're joining the conference. I think it's the most competitive conference out there. I think it's only going to make Oklahoma stronger as a program.
You talk to other recruits who signed or committed to SEC programs and they talk passes on each other.
Definitely. Like last night, Richard Young just kept talking about how good Bama was all the time. So, I mean, it happens.
So,
A little bit.
now that Oklahoma's going to the SEC, you can fire back.
No doubt.
As you look at this group of 25 signees, how do you feel about this?
Feel great about this class. Extremely talented. Filled most of the needs that we needed, and adding Peyton made it that much better too. As you said, a top 5 class. Is it still the best class in Oklahoma history? So, I mean, that should speak for itself right there. Very, very good class. All the kids in there believe in Coach V and Coach Levy and all the new coaches they brought in, and I think we're going to be really good these next couple of years. Yeah, I reached out to a couple of transfers. I think it was like a tight end a couple weeks ago. And when I'm up there sometimes, I'll meet those guys and talk to them. I have not met them yet. Yeah. Nah, there's not a plan in place. Just go with the flow, I want to go in and just work my way up the depth chart. If something happens where I have to step up and be the guy, then I want to step up and be the guy. But if not, I want to learn as much as I can from the other quarterbacks in the room.
What was your reaction in the moment when Peyton picked up the Oregon hat?
I was honestly really shocked. Like the OU hat wasn't on the table, so I really thought he was about to pull a pump fake and reach under the table and grab the OU hat. And when he picked Oregon, I don't know. It kind of surprised me. It really did. Yeah, but I don't want to speak for Peyton. I'll let him answer that.
When you said y'all talked, was that the night, like, had he signed at that point, or was that the night before he signed?
It was the day of. He didn't send his papers into Oregon, so we're just talking. Yeah.
Unsigned at that point.
They really haven't, and I've been grateful of that. I know some people that have their parents control everything. I'm grateful they kind of stepped out and let me do what I wanted to do. Yeah, I mean, they loved where I picked to go to school, but I'm glad they kind of just let me venture out and do what I wanted to do and explore the options that I wanted to explore. No doubt.
What's that support been like, for mom and dad?
Just helping me throughout the way, guiding me with some decisions, just being there for me in a way, just pretty much the same thing they've been doing my whole life, just helping me up when I fall down and just being by my side no matter what.
I think that had a lot to do with that stepping back and just being he's been through it and knows how hard it is to be so much.
Yeah, I never really thought of that, but looking back, probably yes. I don't know if his parents had any influence on his decision to go to Wofford, but I think he knew how it was, how the recruiting goes, and just knew that I was the one going to college. They weren't the ones going to college, so they just thought that I was the one that should be making the decision.
Jackson, a little bit alarmed after his college season. He's 6-6. Full game that a lot of fans were expecting.
Yeah.
What's the message that I mean, just what last part of the season has been?
Well, brand new coaching staff. About half the roster left. It's like almost a brand new team at that point. There's need to be a new culture instilled in the OU, and that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Definitely not in the season. So I guess my message would just be to get ready. This next year we've got some great additions from the transfer portal. Got great guys coming up in our class. I think we're gonna be really lethal next year.
You're with the direction that Brent and Coach Levy have this thing moving, that you were able to sign a class like you did, despite having a 6-6 season.
Yeah, it speaks a lot, signing a top 5 class like that, especially with the offensive guys we got committed and signed. It's huge. Some kids did leave after they saw that we weren't putting out results, but the fact that we got kids that want to be at OU, no matter what the outcome is, they love our coaching staff, they love our culture, they love the campus, and they want to be there and help Oklahoma. I'm super happy we have those guys.